Hey bros, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to talk about self. So what is self? So first of all, let's open up a module script inside of service script service, and let's call this module script utilities. Okay, and we want to make a function. So we have a function here. Let's call this, well, actually, we have to call these modules utility because that is what this is. So module is utilities. Alright, I hope that's not confusing. We're just changing the name of the table. So now we have utilities, function, and then we do brackets. Let's say utilities is clean up, and clean up is basically the new version of destroy. So this is basically new version of destroy. And if you don't know what destroy is, you just pass in the part and then you do the semicolon and then destroy, and it destroys the part pretty much. So this is the new version of destroy, and we want to utilize self. So let's pass in self, and then we'll do self.parent equals nil, and this will just basically destroy it. So now self is basically the thing that passes in the first time. Okay, so self is basically the first parameter that passes in. So let me show you what self would be. So we will also print self as well so we can see both. And let's open up a separate script. Okay, so we can call our new way of destroying a part cleanup. So we're gonna call this server side so we don't confuse you guys. Server side, and we're calling the modules. So local utilities equals require game.serverScriptService.utilities, and we are going to get the cleanup method. So utilities dot cleanup, and we want to clean up. Let's do local baseplate. My bad, guys. So we have inside of the workspace we have the baseplate. So equals workspace, wait for child, baseplate. So we just make sure it's in the workspace before we pass it in. So then we pass in the parameters and we run the game. And bam, it's destroyed. So self in this scenario, okay, it was kind of frozen for a sec, but in this scenario, self is basically the first parameter that is passed in. But what if we go into our script, right, and we make this semicolon? What happens when that occurs? So let's run the game. Oh no, it didn't destroy the table or the base plate. Oh no! Why is the base plate still in the game? And what is this? Okay. Oh, it is the utilities table. Okay. So as you see here, if we pass in a semicolon on the server side, or it could be the client side as well, then self is now the utilities table. But if we pass in a period for the function and pass in baseplate, then baseplate is self. So now that you guys see what the difference is, how can this be useful? So basically, it's just gonna define something for you depending on the scenario. So if we pass in a semicolon, then baseplate is the first parameter, and the first argument, because first argument is better. So this is gonna be the baseplate, first argument. first argument, because we are using a semicolon instead of a period. So let's run this, and now it destroys. Man, my game's a bit slow, but you can see it destroyed right away. Yeah, it destroyed. So now that you guys see what this semicolon can do, well, just on the server side, this completely changes the use of self. And self can come pretty helpful in many ways, so you don't have to think about what you're doing. You just have to know what self would do in a small scenario. So just changing this little thing can change it to a table, which is semicolon, or to the first parameter. That is what self would be. So I hope this is not confusing. Here, let's write notes. So this, so we can say this: if utilities dot cleanup, then baseplate equals self. But if utilities dot, semicolon cleanup, then utilities table equals self. So this is going to be self if on the server side this is a semicolon. And that is pretty much it. So if you look at this, I hope this is not confusing. Maybe I should have zoomed in more from the beginning. But yeah, as you can see here, if utilities dot cleanup, then baseplate equals self. But if utilities semicolon cleanup, then utilities table equals self. And utilities table is this, baseplate is this. Self will automatically change depending on the scenario. And you have to use this, or else self will not work. You see self errors, unknown global, but if you use a semicolon, then it will work. Self will not error. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. Yeah, self can be pretty helpful. It pretty much saves a lot of callings and all that. And if we want to destroy baseplate, we do a period. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll see you guys next time.